Ah, look at my little bug collection. Honestly, these 5 little bugs are probably by far the most important things in this base. Everything hinges on them. And I'm not even beginning to exaggerate. Is that an exaggeration to say that? Hun?
For some things, I mean, not for everything.
I think a large chunk of my base revolves around their existence.
How many dung beetles do you have these days?
Just 2. But I've got 3 Ecatina. So. Anywho, what is up, everyone? Welcome to our Saturday morning Ark stream. Hope you're all doing well. Hope that you had, a good sleep and you're ready and rested for the weekend. I know I am, because we've got a lot planned. But for today, we have a couple of things planned that need. Oh, that's right. I got baby Basilosaur that should be finished breeding. Okay, or finished maturing. Yeah. So anywho, we've got a couple of things planned from the last Ark stream, where I saw some stuff that I wanted and decided I needed, but I was told that if in no uncertain terms, that if I did not finish that wall, I would never have sex again. And so, I will leave that to your imagination as to what that means. But yeah, I had to focus on finishing the wall.
It doesn't sound very nice.
I mean, you and Aaron were the ones threatening me, so no, I would agree.
I never threatened that.
Anywho, yeah, so, okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, just slightly. But, yeah, so anyway, I got some good progress on the wall done. I'll get some more done today, but I do have plans to do a dino wipe here in the not terribly distant future, just because we probably could benefit from one, just to kind of refresh things a little. Oh, is that yellow? Oh, but that's in the redwoods. That's always risky to go on a flyer into the redwoods.
You have a good sword.
I do have a good sword, but Thylas are just very, very notorious for being Thylas. Anywho, so yeah, I got some good work on the wall done, and we're making good progress there. Hopefully, we'll get most of that banged out today, because we got a bit of a longer stream. But I need to go get a couple of new friends. And so that's what we're going to go do right now, is we're going to go find a couple of new friends, and we're going to bring them back to our happy little family. Man, remember coming out here with Aaron? Going for the honeycombs and all that?
Yep.
When we just had the 2 flyers and I was on Chumba?
Yep.
And then trying to tame that Quetz that night? And how disappointing that ended up being? 290 male Quetz dead before we could actually tame it, because it was just that stupid V-Sync issue. Okay, that was a white beacon masquerading as a yellow. Boo! Okay, anywho. What is this one over here? Is this yellow? Like, honestly, it gets hard to tell with the light.
This is a very bright and sunny place.
It is. Okay, this is a purple one. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on up. Come on, come on. There we go. Gosh, I love my blood wyvern.
You want a bright pink Trudon?
Do I want a Trudon, period, I think is the better question. And the answer to that is the same for both of those. No.
Are they just a regular violent tame?
No, no. The part of the reason that everyone hates them so much is the way you have to tame them.
How do you tame them?
You sacrifice creatures of your own.
What?
You didn't know this?
No, you've never tamed a Trudon. I've never
Yeah, no,
looked it
you
up.
have to. You have to let them kill something of yours in order to tame them.
I'm assuming the higher level and like bigger it is, the better the taming. Can't just feed them a dodo.
I mean, you could if they're low enough level. But, I mean, I've seen videos of people sacrificing, you know, max level wyverns to tame those things.
Dang.
Well, they were doing more of a demonstration than anything else, but still, it's like, no, they're not worth it. They've never been worth it. This is why I hate them so much, among many reasons. I mean, they are as useless to me personally, or at least in my opinion, as eels. They serve very little purpose. They have a stupid passive tame, and they're there simply to annoy and make your life miserable. That's basically it. Oh wow. No, no, you get away, Arg. These are my kills. Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. My kills. Do not get that meat. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Crap, I don't have a trap with me. Dang it. I always forget to bring a trap.
Just do it on foot. Run and shoot.
I mean, I can try. Of course, the Spino's now got to get back to land.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. Remember where we lost that very first Spino we tried to tame in the water near your first base?
Yeah.
I saw an Alpha Megalodon in that area.
There's an Alpha Megalodon there?
Last time I was around there, yeah. I
On
saw
my
it.
first base.
Yeah, in that water next to those little standing tower islands where we lost that Spino.
Interesting. Well, I probably go kill it here in the not terribly distant future, then. Like, is it just swimming around? Is it in deep enough water that it can swim?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I will go check that out in a little bit. For right now, though, got bigger things to worry about. Namely being, how do I make sure that this thing does not get out? When I forgot to bring a freaking trap because I'm an idiot and I always do that.
Can you build one with the stuff on hand?
No, you need a smithy.
Oh, you just mean the bear trap, not like all the walls and foundations.
Yeah, it's I've got the walls and foundations. I forgot the bear trap, and I'm not on the Ark, which is the easy thing to be able to pull that off on.
Let's see.
What I might be able to do. I mean, this is incredibly risky and stupid, which is basically kind of the name of this channel.
You could do the ramp method, where you ramp them up and then drop them down into a hole, essentially.
True, I could. Dang it. Ah. The turning radius for the wyvern is just so huge. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. I may have to create some ramps while I'm out here, dang it. Because I was stupid and forgot the trap, and like I always, always, always do. You'd think after like 16 different times of forgetting a trap, I'd remember these things, but apparently not.
Nah, you're just learning other strategies.
I mean, if that's what you want to call it. Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, come on, buddy. Come on, follow me. Bless you again.
Thank you again.
Dang it! I almost had him locked in. Almost. I was so close. Huh? Man? Okay, is this any better, hon? Interesting.
It kind of sounds like that static you get when you twist a 3.5 in its socket. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe your wire's going bad.
Maybe. Wow, that's it. Wow, she really started hitting hard there very quickly. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to ramp it up.
Ramps work.
They do. It's just a little less reliable, in my opinion. I'm not quite as big of a fan. But they do work. It's just a little trickier. But, yeah, I think this is the only real option I have. Because spinos, oh my gosh, they can rip you apart so fast. Which is, you know, one of the main reasons I love them is because they're just so powerful.
Oh, they're one of the big alpha carnivores.
Yeah. No, they are. The funny thing is, though, they don't have... like, their eggs are not quite as valuable as they used to be. In terms of, like, they're not considered large eggs anymore, is the weird thing.
Really? They're not large?
No, they're considered to be, you know, or like... I think they're in the same class as, like, medium. If I remember correctly. Which is weird, because they're not a medium-sized dinosaur. If they were, I would be dragging my Quetz out here and taking this one home with me. Against its will. Okay, 6 should theoretically be enough. Let's try. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Okay, so 3 more. 3 more should give us plenty of ramps to be able to get that thing in there and hopefully get us a new high-level female Spino.
Freshen up the genetic pool a little bit.
I do like having a bit of variety when possible. Yeah, no, I need wood. Okay. No, it's always good to have a little more than just, you know, a couple, like, you know, one female to have for the group. It's always good to have, you know, yeah, freshen it up, as you said. So, no, not yet. Gosh, if I could type today.
Nah, who needs typing?
I do. Oh, now I need stone, apparently. Okay.
There's a rock somewhere nearby.
Oh, there's plenty of rocks. There's tons of rocks. Up in the north, there's rocks literally everywhere. Because it's all snowy and whatnot. Because that's what you find up here.
Who would have thought?
Yep. Oh, gosh dang it. I am very glad that Studio Wildcard decided to listen to people saying, you know, you need to be able to pick stuff up. You know, and S Plus being like, this is why you need to be able to pick stuff up, because people want to be able to pick stuff up. Okay, come on. Come on, I got you now.
I have you now.
That was what I was thinking too.
Well, now you have to do the, when you get it, you have to do the Han Solo screech of happiness.
Yeah! Like that.
Something like that. It blew out everybody's eardrums.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this joint and go home. The ramps giveth and the ramps taketh away.
What did the ramps take?
They let the Spino out.
So was it not all the way in the box?
No. It must be too low. Still. Dang it. Oh! Gosh dang it.
Almost. There are Datons in the red swamp to the south of the volcano.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently.
Interesting.
Are you going to want Datons on this map?
Eventually. We talked about that. For the boss, yeah, I definitely am going to want them. We're just going to have to breed stuff up to get them. To make the right, to make the powerful enough Daton to merit it. How the frick did... It just how the... What? It, like, propelled itself over the other end of the trap.
Is the trap big enough?
Oh, yeah.
Like, is the hole big enough for the Spino to fall in, or can it jump over it?
It's 3x4. You know, it's plenty big enough for the Spino. Oh, that... How the frick did that get out again? I put the doors up.
I do not know.
Ah, frick.
Is he just jumping over it?
Yeah, she's just being a real pill.
Waggle your parental finger best impression and be like, now you better stop this or no dessert.
Yeah, I don't... For some reason, I really don't think that's going to work.
Aw, man.
Just a hunch. Alright, fine. You know what? Screw it.
Are you killing it now?
No, I'm just going to see if I can tame it in the wild here.
Just shooting something.
Yeah, I mean, it's a more open area than it was when I was trying to do the gig taming, and that thing ran off. But quite frankly, I'm just tired of having to deal with this thing. You know, I pretend like I know what I'm doing in this game, and I clearly have no clue what I'm doing in this game.
Ark just does that to even most experienced players sometimes.
True. I mean, I'm sure Syntac has those moments as well.
Yeah, probably. Heck, the people who build the game are probably like, why did this game do this to me?
True. Oh, come on. I loaded the rifle back. Gosh dang it.
Don't die.
Of course, you have to go run by the allosaurs. Frick.
Is it gonna die now?
I don't know if I can help it, but still. Still, he's not helping. Or she's not helping. Oh, really? Come on, Nate.
What?
Oh, I put a shot into the back of my, into the back of Damien's head.
Or like, ow, don't do that.
Hey, stop it! Stop it! Don't make me kill you!
Yes, like that. A 270 Alpha Forno
Where?
in the desert. That's a beastly dude, though.
Yep. And she stopped running, which means she's probably recovered enough torpor that, and now she's running again. Why do I gotta be such a dum-dum? Seriously, world-class moron. That's exactly what I am. I try to pass myself off as an expert on this game, and I clearly am not.
Worry not. Even Bear Grylls throws up in the woods sometimes.
Even Bear Grylls what?
Throws up in the woods sometimes means something bad.
Come on. Okay, I know that one hit. I saw blood. Gosh dang it. Frick, she'd be down, but for like 4 shots V-syncing. Gosh freaking dang it. Between me being an idiot and this game bugging out, this has not been a great start to the stream.
That means it can only get better.
Oh, good, she's down. Finally. Okay, you had better be... Oh, crap. You know what I just realized I forgot?
Meat?
No, narcotic.
You'll have to grab some of that.
In theory. I mean...
Go down that fast.
What was that?
Her torpor go down that fast?
Spinos drop pretty quick. They are known to be very fast torpor losers. Yeah, a 270, which is 10 levels lower than this, will, with prime meat, would need 20 narcotic.
How long between when it gets knocked out and when it wakes up?
I mean, I got a good amount of time, I think.
Back to your base in time.
Probably. But, I mean, it needs 62 narco berries for a 270. So I can probably gather the berries I need and be fine. It's just a matter of, you know, actually gathering them. See, so here's something I've never quite understood about Ark, is that you can get seeds for vegetables from bushes where you only get, like, berries. How are you getting seeds for something different off of the plant of, you know, a certain type?
It's the only way to get the vegetable seeds because they don't grow in nature. And so since they want you to have access to them, they provide them.
I know, but logically it doesn't make sense. I mean, you're gathering berries of a specific type, or, you know, just a berry bush, and you get seeds for vegetables?
I mean, at no point is a berry bush in nature a single individual type of berry. It's all berries.
I know, but still, it's berries, not... I don't know. It's always just been kind of weird to me. Like, I get the logic behind it. It's just been kind of a weird thing. But then again, I'm literally standing here taming a Spinosaurus that I chased around on my blood dragon. So yeah, you get what I'm saying, though.
Got to suspend disbelief.
I know. Like I always say, willful suspension, disbelief. Okay. I saw Damien's wing flap up, and I got all scared for a second. I'm like, no, no, get away from my tame Arg. Because I thought it was, you know, an Arg seeing it down to Spino.
Mm-hmm. And Args do that.
They do. As much as I love my Args, they are known to be problematic at times.
Boogers in nature.
Yep, that's putting it mildly. That's putting it very mildly. Oh, Toxin said he might be jumping on too, by the way.
Ooh.
Yep, he said he has to take a shower and whatnot, but he will get on in a little bit. Which is good, because he needs to... If he stayed at my base any longer, I'd be charging him rent.
For like 3 days, of which we've not been on for any.
I know. Oh, no, 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 no! No! Oh, no, you...
What happened? The Arg came for you.
It did.
Thought. How hurt is that spine?
I mean, it's at 92.9. It's really not going to lose that much.
Well, so my thought was, if it was going to lose too much effectiveness, build your trap around it so it can't get out when it wakes up, and then knock it out again.
Yeah, I might. I mean, it's 92.9, so it's not... It'll still gain 130 levels, or, you know, 129-ish. So it'll come out to over 400. So I can't complain too much. I knew I should have killed that Arg. I knew something was going to happen if I let it live, and I let it live, and this happened. No, you know what? I'll be all right. 92.9 is still not a bad tame. You know, frick on like an official server, that's a fantastic tame. So.
Okay.
If it had gotten hit, you know, down below the 90s, I probably would be saying I'd do that, but with our tame rates, I don't think it's going to drop any more than that. I don't think it'll drop really all that much, and so... Oh, that upsets me, though. Oh, that upsets me.
You're gonna go slaughter every Arg you can find for a bit.
I knew I should have killed that one. I had a gut feeling I needed to kill it, and I didn't listen to my gut. And now here we are. It's still very, very much alive. Or it's still very, very much went after the Spino like I knew it would. And I even had kind of a foreshadowing of it too. Remember? Because I was freaked out thinking that an Arg was attacking the Spino.
Yep. But you live and you learn.
Yeah, one of those sort of actual real-life clairvoyant moments. So. Okay. I think she's got enough, though, in terms of berries and such, that she should stay pretty well knocked out. For a bit. So now what I need to go do is take down my trap. Oh, wow. Frick.
What?
Damien is pretty heavy at the moment. Well, he's got a lot of raw meat that he needs to eat, though, because he is fairly hurt. So let's do that. Are you still hearing any static on?
I haven't gotten as much, no.
Okay.
Did you find a fix?
No, I didn't touch anything. So, hello, new people to the stream. Welcome welcome to you. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday morning as my wife and I just derp around on Ark.
Good morning.
Hope you're all having a fantabulous weekend so far. I know we are. Because I don't have to be working right now, which is always a nice change of pace.
I think that's enough rare flowers.
I think I just locked up.
No bueno.
Yeah, my game just kind of froze. That was just me with the fan. Yeah, my game is just froze.
If it's not one thing, it's another.
Basically, yeah.
Those days.
Pretty much. Well, this is not happy. This is not cool. I mean, I was worried something might have been up, but frick. Okay, we're back. We're good.
Yay.
Not sure what that was about, but we seem to be back in good shape. Okay. Whew. I was worried. Yeah, because I noticed it was starting to kind of lag a little. Because it was the meat was being kind of unresponsive when I was trying to, you know, get Damien to eat it. But yeah, okay. Well, it seems like we're good. It seems like all is resolved, thankfully. You know, praise Xenu. May the oceans boil in ecstasy at his arrival, etc., etc.
Something like that. Ooh, I'm gonna go snag a quest egg out of your thing.
Go for it. Like I said, though,
Okay.
it's still incubating, so
Yep. But I got a hatchery.
yep. But have fun with your new quets when it hatches. Should hopefully be able to do that while you're online. Gosh, S Plus makes my life so much easier. I don't know how we ever played this game before without it. Like, I really don't know how we ever really did Ark without S Plus. Or why. I mean, it oh my gosh, the quality of life improvement that the mod brings is just, crap. Is just, good job, Nate. Is just great.
It's basically as close to an official mod as an unofficial mod can be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know that Studio Wildcard hired the guy that developed it, right? Yeah. I mean, that's how popular and how good of a job he did. What was that Wildcard's like, hey, come fix all the crap that we, messed up here. Oh, boy. I was afraid of this. Okay. Well, let's get rid of the wood. Get rid of the stone. Yeah, okay. I can't really afford to grab too much more. That's the problem. Is that, as much as I want to get pelt and such, I have to be very careful. It really did, Ek. I mean, well, it wasn't just the gathering, too. It was, just, if you misplaced one thing, you couldn't pick it back up. You had to destroy it. And so, like, if you created, like 30 or 40 metal walls, and you realized, oh, wait, this is all in the wrong direction, that's all those resources down the drain.
Or at least half of them.
Yeah, but I mean, you get my point. It was a lot of... Yeah, the game was entirely different. Because, yeah, I remember when we played on Ragnarok, I remember building that giant, my first big breeding facility where we had the wyverns. All of that without S+. And so that was just, looking back, I'm shocked I managed to do that. Because, I mean, those pillars and everything else being over the water and all that I had to do with that, I mean, that was insanity. And I did all of that without, S+ and being able to pick stuff up. Like, if I placed a pillar in the wrong spot, well, too bad. Sucks for you. You gotta suck that cost up.
At least half of it.
Yeah, at least half of it, yeah. But still, you get my point. You're being very technical today. Hey, G-Hawks. Nice to see you, man. I will show off Flamingo here in just a little bit for you. But we're doing things at the moment.
What about stuff? Are you doing stuff too?
I mean, it depends on what type of stuff.
And things?
Well, I'm very glad you did make it, my friend. So, but yes, we are teaming a new Spino right now because I want to have more. I mean, I play Dinosaur Pimp, and so that's really what this game needs to be called. At the end of the day, is just Dinosaur Pimp Simulator.
I'm gonna name her.
I have not figured that out yet. What's another good Chumbawamba song?
Do they have more than one?
They do. They were a band for a good while. I don't know. It's always been, like that first Spino we tamed on Ragnarok. I just named Chumba, and it just kind of took off from there. Like, the first one's Chumba, the second one's Wumba, and the first baby is always Tub Thumper.
Kind of one-hit wonders. You could find another one-hit wonder band and name it after them and their song.
Okay, so it's a one-hit wonder band that you can think of.
I don't know.
I mean, what was the song by Bloodhound Gang, like You and Me Baby Ain't Nothing But Mammal?
I don't think I know that song.
I forget how innocent you are sometimes. I have yet to truly corrupt and pervert you in the ways of decadency and hedonism.
Something like that. Song I'm thinking of, and I'm not even sure if it's a one-hit wonder. It's just the only song entering my brain right now is that Black Velvet song, the one about Elvis. Do you remember that one?
Nope. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You might know it if you heard it.
I might. Bad Touch. Yes, that's what it was. The Bad Touch. I might name her that. All I really remember about that music. What was that, hon?
I might recommend against that.
Yeah, maybe. All I really remember about that music video is that they were all dressed up like monkeys. They like threw a net on like a mime in London, and like one of them ate like a ringworm or something like that in the video.
Disgusting.
They were a really weird group. And in another music video of theirs, they like told Pac-Man that drugs were bad.
Heck knows what Black Velvet is.
I don't even know who Alana Miles is. Like who's Alana Miles?
A singer.
Well, I gathered that much, but I have no idea who she is. I've never even heard of her.
Googled one-hit wonders.
Yeah.
And Google responds with the nation's favorite one-hit wonders of 2016, of which Mambo number 5 is on the list, and so is Ice Ice Baby. And I'm Gonna Be, the 500 Mile song from the Proclaimers. It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls.
These are of 2016?
No, not released. They were still the favorites.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Mamba number 5. That was 90s, as was Prospectors, as was frick. What was one of those you mentioned? Because
Raining Men.
No, Raining Men was 2000s.
No, that was the Proclaimers, not the Prospectors.
Proclaimers. Okay, still. Yeah, no, most of those that you mentioned were 90s, and the only thing I really remember about Mamba number 5, apart from it being a song about just a completely lecherous hump, is the Bill Clinton parody of it, where he was going after Bimbo number 5.
Is this like the Weird Al version?
No, this was just something some guy on the internet did because it came out not long, like maybe a year or so after Lewinsky, and so someone thought it was funny, and I, being my 13, 14-year-old self at the time, thought it was funny as well. I mean, again, about a lecherous hump, so it makes sense, but...
What, did that song get canceled too?
Ah, hey! I did not even see you come in.
No, we're trying to think of good one-hit wonders to name Nate's new Spino after.
Anyone in chat got any suggestions? Because, I mean, I'm out of... Okay, yes, I do still think it's funny. I'm out of Chumbawamba stuff to run with here. And so...
I'm only on for a little bit because I gotta go to my brother's since my dad's up today. I'm supposed to be there about 12, but I'm also waiting for a 3D print to get done. It's 97% done, and better have some progress because otherwise I'm gonna lose it.
What's the print of?
The Mandalorian in a miniature version.
Cool. You gonna paint it?
No, my brother will take care of that.
Ah.
I do the 3D printing. He gave me his 3D printer, which is a resin 3D printer. And I had a successful print of Yoda that he couldn't do. But I botched it in the cleanup process because you have to wash the resin and then cure it.
Mm.
So it hardens all the way because it doesn't come out fully hardened. It comes out still partially liquidy.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I stayed up till 4 o'clock this morning, waiting for another print that didn't even form at all.
Bummer. Tom McDonald. Who's Tom McDonald? I'm not familiar with that name.
I don't know,
Well, I mean,
but
it's being suggested in chat.
who is Tom McDonald?
A Canadian rapper.
According to Wikipedia, Thomas McDonald is a Canadian rapper, songwriter, and former professional wrestler.
He had a farm.
He's known for Fake Woke, Clown World, Cancelled. Best.
I'm not really naming it after the singer of the song. Like I said, the first Spino, we named Shumba, and the second one we named Wumba, and then the baby was, Tub Thumper, which is, the song that everyone knows from Chumbawamba, which is, I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Ain't never gonna keep me down.
Exactly. And so I'm not really looking to name them after the singer, but I don't know. It's just kind of a running gag that we've done since like Ragnarok.
Hmm.
And since it's not like it doesn't have a tail attack, but I do like where you're coming from with that. No, and since it's not like obnoxiously bright neon pink like we had for that one Aberrant Spino on Aberration, I can't name it Bubblegum Princess. Aaron, do you remember Bubblegum Princess?
Yes.
Oh, I loved Bubblegum Princess. She was so fun. Austin hated her. Well, he mostly just hated the name. He thought it was stupid. But it's like you get, a Valentine's aberrant Spino like that. What else are you going to name it?
Mushroom? Just kidding. I don't know.
I don't know. Too sexy could work. Too sexy could work, but I'm not quite feeling it.
Could name it Too Sexy for a Shirt.
That's a longer name, though.
I mean, you've done Hammer before, and like can't touch this.
Yeah, but that's all for like the Ankies and the Doeds and stuff like that. Stuff that wax things that like a hammer would. I don't know. I'm not. We need Ben here to come up with the punny names and whatnot. I'm not quite as good as he is, or at it as he is. No, that's Obsidian.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm out of ideas.
Yeah, that's his specialty. Should I just cop out and go with Belinda?
Why Belinda?
I don't know. It just seems right. It's a girl's name.
I mean, you can if you want. It is your Spino.
This is true. It is.
By the way, did you see that did you look in the logs that I tamed a level 300 Spino? Not Spino. Rex.
I did see that last time we were on. So, congrats.
Yeah, it was just wandering around, and I almost killed it, and then I'm like, wait, let me look at its level.
Wait, was it a female?
It's a female.
Where was it? Was it out kind of close to the north?
It was more along the lines of, it was around the green area around my base.
Okay, so it was over... Okay, because there's a 300 female that's out in this area that I was going to go for as well. That if you'd already tamed that one, then I wasn't going to try hunting it down. But, yeah. You know what? I'll just name her Gina. After the character from Paradise PD. Not really blonde, but it can work because she's just kind of a bad A.
Oof.
What?
I need to make more refertilizer.
By
My
the way,
dodo's almost out.
would not recommend letting your kids watch that show. It's not a kid-friendly show at all.
Here comes a baby death.
You monster. 456?
Yep.
What are you going for? 500?
Probably.
Like 460-ish.
See, now I know how you guys all felt when I would be doing this. Because I would say the same justification. You would all say the same thing to me. Now I'm on the other side of it.
Well, look how the tables have turned.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be starting this soon. In fact, probably when we get back to base. Because I've got several Rex eggs that I probably need to cull. Yeah, so this is going to come out to 409. So even though it got hit by the ARG, and it's only coming out to 92%, I've only probably lost a level or two. So not terribly bad. Ek, we're playing on a private server I've rented where I've got the dino levels set at maximum of 300. So 450s is always, yeah, that's actually pretty common. And largely because I was tired of playing like max level of being like 150 or having to beg the server admin to take it up to 180. Ooh. Mooncake. I like that. I'm probably not for the Spino, but I do like the name Mooncake. Alright, Gina. I swear, I wish this had been a game when I was a kid. So bad. Can you imagine a younger me playing a game like this and just never, like, coming back to reality? Hon?
It's a dangerous place.
Well, I mean, you know, this age me can play this game and never come back to reality.
I mean, yeah. Younger me would be severely grounded.
Why? Because you'd be playing it for too long?
Yeah, I was only able to really play on the computer for like 30 minutes when I was younger at most. And I mean, when I was a kid, I was playing Battle for Middle-earth 2.
I remember that.
With the Witch King expansion. I had Jedi Academy, both 1 and 2. I also had Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. And so my brother got all the good games, and just when we were growing up, it was just, I kind of got addicted. But I played a ton of Flash games as well.
Oh yeah, Flash games were the thing when we were kids.
Yeah, unfortunately they're all dead now.
It's probably not the worst thing in the world. Bless you.
Hey,
Huh?
some of those were good.
Some of them were good, yeah. My dad did not appreciate me playing Flash games on Newgrounds. In fact, he didn't appreciate Newgrounds, period.
Why do I only... Oh,
I totally would, Ek. I could see that. Yep, I probably would.
Ark would be one of those games that needed like 4 discs.
If you were lucky.
Oh, yes.
Well, frick, Battle for Middle-earth 2 needed like 6.
It needed 6 for install.
Yeah, because it was just that big. It was huge. It was ginormagantuan. And you know, the funny thing is, the one... Actually, no. Okay, so this is for BMFE 1, but the one disc I have that I can't find is the install disk, or disk 1. I have every other disk for BMFE 1, but I can't find the install. But I have everything for BFME 2, except for the Witch King manual, so I don't have the CD key.
My brother has the Witch King expansion. I don't have the I don't have number. I don't have the expansion. I just have the base game.
Yeah.
And I also one thing that I made it my mission to acquire was was Battlefront on disc, because unfortunately,
Battlefront 1?
yes,
Why?
the original Battlefront one.
Why?
I loved it. I played it as a kid,
Okay. I'm not judging.
and I mean, you kind of were at that point, but okay.
Not really. If I really wanted to judge, you'd know it.
But no, the thing about that game is that the EA, the company that made it,
Ruins
wanted to
every game they
be a
touch.
little turd. This was when they were actually still the good EA, not the bad EA.
Okay, fair enough.
This was before they corrupted themselves.
I mean, they've always been kind of a corrupt company, but yeah, there's a fairly good demarcation line of,
Yeah.
when they were still, when they still cared, and when it just became about the money.
But anyways, this is before. I don't really know when they actually started going into preserving or doing. I don't know when the piracy craze kind of started. I don't remember when that started.
Early
But
2000s.
yeah, somewhere in there.
I had a friend who would never buy a game because he's just like, oh, use eDonkey 2000. And I could never figure out how to make it work because it was like an early torrent site. Or torrent program. I never could figure out how to make it work. So
Yeah. No, and so the reason why I got the disc version is just for nostalgia's sake, but as well as you cannot copy that game. If you try to burn a CD, if you try to rip and burn a CD for the game,
Mhm.
it would not happen. It had software etched or burned into those discs that completely killed the game and would stop it from being copied. Unlike Jedi Academy, where we had two computers and we wanted to do multiplayer, so my brother and I made discs of Jedi Academy so we could all play together and take turns having playing multiplayer and trying to kill each other.
So I remember when I was growing up in Warcraft 3 was kind of the new game, or it was a new game rather. We thought we were so cool by figuring out we could cheat the system by starting the game up and then ejecting the disc because it would still run at that point, and then we just pass the disc around at LAN parties, and everyone could be able to play it.
That was always the most satisfying feeling, is get the disc out and just play it without the disc.
Yeah, we felt like we were, just like, yeah, we're sticking it to the man. And then we tried it with CNC Generals, and it was just like, what are you doing? No, that's not how this works. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Sometimes you would have to completely shut off your computer.
Oh yeah, no, EA made it very painful if you tried to do something like that. So, oh wow, nostalgia. All right, Gina, time for us to play Dinosaur Pimp. Guess what? I don't know who you're breeding with either. Just whatever male is available. Have fun.
Gasp.
I am such a wonderful person, aren't I? Oh, wow.
You're definitely a wholesome person.
I've got two of them at the moment. I feel kind of dirty now. Because there's Chili and Jumpa. I don't know which one the father's going to be. I'm just going to leave it at that.
The baby will be able to tell you. It says so.
I know. I just feel kind of dirty for throwing her into a situation like that. But whatevs. Alrighty. Seriously, these are already out of flowers? My gosh. Frick. Okay, that one's not. Alrighty. So now... Oh, speaking of Dinosaur Pimp, I have other things to do. Anyone want to go exploring the ocean? Just out of curiosity?
And die down there?
I mean, you'd probably die down there, because that's what you do in the ocean, but... Do you want to explore it?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I have nothing better to do.
What'd you say, hon?
Right.
Oh, that's right! Oh, no, I don't want to toss that.
Have you finished your wall yet, though? Are you allowed to leave your base?
I am a grown man. I can leave my base whenever I want to.
Elaine, has he finished the wall?
He got a good pile of it done. I'm not sure if it's all done, but he's probably definitely more protected.
It is far more protected than it used to be, but yeah, there's still a little bit of work that needs to happen. But anywho,
And we,
I do have a promise that I need
off
to.
walls.
I have a promise that I needed to fulfill, and that is to show off Flamingo for someone's daughter to see, because this is the dinosaur that she named.
Well, Digital Toxin. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, what up, buddy? If his mic is on.
Oh,
yes.
he'll turn it on soon.
Yeah.
So, G-Hawks, this is
Oh,
for
yay,
you.
print finished. Sorry,
We
I stopped hearing noises.
Yeah, we felt like it was an appropriate. We felt like it was an appropriate grab, and like the best thing we could name Flamingo. So, it's not the highest level. It's only 164, but it is a very Valentine's gift.
Gloves. I
So.
need gloves.
All right, yeah, let's go be stupid. It's fun to be stupid. Welcome to the stream, new people.
Well, that's
Always
a
happy to see,
flashback.
always fun to see more people showing up. What's a flashback?
Just that phrase, let's go be stupid.
I,
I remember there was a parody around that.
I have no recollection of what parody you're referring to. I'm sorry, you're gonna. Have
I
to
don't have a full recollection either.
But then
That's
how is that a flashback?
because it's a partial one. It still counts.
It's making me think of Let's Go Be Bad Guys.
You see, that's what I thought it was going for when you were laughing about saying flashback. Which, gosh, I need to watch that show again. That is like one of my favorite shows ever, and the fact it only got like one season is just such a travesty. Anywho, hon, you want to come explore the ocean with us? Do something stupid?
Oh no, I think I will walk the widow's walk and wait for the day you return.
Oh no, we've fallen down a rabbit hole we cannot get out of, but it's okay.
Oh, gosh, I love you. What up, Toxin? How you doing, man?
Good. I was just poking around to see if there was a St. Patrick's Day event coming up, but it looks like there's not. Looks like it goes Valentine's Day, and then it goes Excellent Adventure later on.
Yeah, they do us dirty like that.
No,
A non-denominational Easter.
Mhm.
No, I don't miss the squids, because the squids weren't the problem that was coming to my base. It was the eels that were the problem.
Mm.
Not the squids.
These have turned out all right.
Yeah, believe me,
Look.
I wish squids came to my base. That would make my life so much easier to try to tame one.
Worth the 6-hour print. Yes. Sorry. I'm being distracting.
Is that how long 3D printing really takes?
Well, for this model, yes.
Wow.
Some other models take 4. Couple hours. But yes, 3D printing is time consuming. You usually do it when you can set it aside. And
Okay,
the nice thing about resin printers is you can leave them going on overnight. But you are just because they're sealed. They come sealed, or some do. and so you don't have to worry about trying to fix the print because it's forming from liquid
Interesting.
resin. And the only thing about liquid resin is it's toxic, and if you don't have a way of fumigating it, it's kind of bad for you.
I can imagine it would be. All right, so I'm going to do something fun here. Not that I need to do it, but just because I want to. We're going to get lover boy and lover girl breeding here. So we can have lover child. What's up, Rizla? Glad that's awesome you're playing the same map on your server.
We are great fans so far of this map.
They've done a fantastic job with it. Well, thanks, Rizla. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you before. It's awesome to meet new people. We do Ark streaming Monday, Wednesday evenings, and then Saturday mornings, and so and then LOTRO Friday evening and Saturday afternoon. So if you want to follow and catch us when we're online, feel free. If it's not your thing, totally understand. But yeah, thanks for joining us this morning. Like I said, always happy to see new people join. And for everyone that is watching, thank you so much for being here. I mean, we're very small, we're very new, and to see just even this much support this early on is, we're just, I can't put into words just how grateful we are for you guys coming here and spending your day with us. So thank you so much. I just want you to know how appreciated you all are. So, anyway, Toxin, you want to come explore the ocean depths with us, or have you already left my base?
Sure.
Okay. I will grab another Basilosaur saddle, or I will craft one.
Sorry, I'm out. I've got to unsupport my my 3D print so I can prep him for a cure.
Okay, so are you jumping off then?
No, I'll stay on for a bit. I gotta get the model cured real quick.
Okay. So are you?
I'm not joining out in the ocean yet.
Are you coming out? Oh, you're not joining us in the ocean. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
That's what I needed to know. New person who just joined us. Thank you so much for joining or for watching. Really appreciate the. And Rizla, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah. Hope you guys are all having a good Saturday. We're having a fantastic one. I love it when people join in and we get a conversation going, and you know, it's fun. This is fun. I love doing this stuff. So no, I don't need to put stimberries into a saddle slot. All right, Toxin. Whenever you get out here, I got just grab one of the just grab the one that says Basilosaur. They're fresh breeds, so they could probably use some stretching, and they'll have a higher speed.
Okay.
If you need to grab scuba stuff, check the fabricator. I've got some for you in there. Oh, actually, while we're out here, would it be worth trying to bring anything to tame stuff, or should I just leave it be? Because I don't know if we really...
Do it. Just do it. You're gonna regret it because next time because while you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
The extra help while you're down there because of those pesky eels and squids. Pesky eels and jellyfish.
Probably. Oh, actually, what we could do...
Cryopod tankety, just in case you see a good squid.
That's what I was thinking. So, let me grab some black pearls. Thing is, it's gonna be... Okay, well, let me make sure... Where did my phone go? Frick.
Is it in your pocket?
It's not in my pocket.
Is it in the room?
I had it earlier. Okay. Well, that is unhelpful. Because now I need to figure out how many black pearls I'm going to need for this squid, and I don't know. I mean, if I remember correctly, it was 280, or it was just 50 for that 280 that was like beached. So if I bring, you know, we've got over... If I bring 150, that should theoretically be enough if we run into a good level squid. But let's see what we can do here. But yeah, I will go grab Tankity right now and see what we can go with it. Ah, Toxin would be your good friend then there, because he wants to find a bunch of the tech stuff too, to start his own little breeding farm.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you're catching the stream at all. I'm just responding to a comment that someone had. So, but actually, funny story, when we were on Extinction playing on a different private server, we actually bred up a ton of tech rexes because I got really, really, really lucky. What the frick?
What?
There's just a random spino egg sitting out here. Drop?
Fertilized?
No, dropped by top. Why did you just drop a random spino egg in my breeding area?
Just for a bit of confusion, sowing a bit of chaos.
Congratulations, mission accomplished.
Doesn't take much.
This is true. This is very true. Anyway, like I was saying, I got really, really lucky one day with, I found 2 high-level tech rexes. Like, one was, gosh, what was it? I think one was 210, because they're, like, 20% higher. Yeah, because he can, and he would. One was 210, and the other one was, like, 196 or something like that. And our server max was 180, and so we just started breeding them like crazy, so we could do, like, you know, the supply drops and whatnot. And so we just had this army of tech rexes by the end there. Do you guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was...
Yes.
Oh, gosh, I missed that map. I loved Extinction. Alright, Toxin, if you want to put points into, like, melee, feel free, because it's gonna get pretty ugly here very quickly.
Okay, there was 4 points available.
Okay. Oh, holy crap! Look at all these jellyfish!
It's a good thing you got basilosaurs.
Yeah, that's why we're exploring all them. But yeah, now that these dunks are involved, it's going to get very ugly very fast. So, like, I tried coming down here on Rosemary, the basilosaur, and almost ended up getting her killed. Because there were just so many things that swarmed me and I couldn't get out.
Have you found another dunk yet
Another
to
dunk?
breed?
Another... I don't have a single dunk. Do you mean another basilosaur?
Oh, I thought you found some dunks.
I found tons of dunks, but, yeah, kind of like... Yeah, well, the thing is, I've got more than one... There's more than just me this time, so it's a lot easier to survive when it's a situation like this where you can't get out. No, I don't... There's tons of dunks down here that are worth taming, or at least there were, because we're killing them all at this point. No, I haven't tamed a dunk. Though on the... no, Toxin was on the last stream. On the last one, we found Elaine found a 300 level basilosaur. So that we were able to tame that, and I could breed with that. So that's why we've got, you know, brand new bred up basilosaurs here.
Gotcha.
Man, this one on the bottom here has got a ton of health.
Yeah, I'm tempted to say, you know, break off so we could... well, it's 290. Frick. Oh, no, it's 260. Okay, yeah, get rid of it. But yeah, did you see how many jellyfish there were out here initially?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is what happens when you've got, like, you know, because I got the dino spawn up to at least, like, 1.5, if not 2. And so, like, that's why I get just mobbed by eels all the time, because they just spawn out in this area like crazy.
Maybe Crystal Isles is... so I'm maybe supposed to go out in the sea for Crystal Isles map to break itself?
Maybe. Where'd you go? I don't see you.
Me?
Yeah.
Same spot. I'm just feeding for health.
Ah, okay.
Because, I mean, this has been a relatively calm Ark server.
Honestly,
You say that.
Yeah, you probably just jinxed yourself with that.
I've tempted fate like 10 times already.
This is true. You have been a little... You have kind of, you know, rolled the dice a little. And by a little, I mean a lot. I just basically put almost everything into melee except a few points into health. So
That's basically what I just did.
I put
It's now staying at almost 830% on melee damage.
Yeah, I did put 1 point into speed just to see how much it would be, but I'm at 783 melee, so. The nice thing about Basilosaurs is they just have such a huge health pool.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I wonder if the difference between Fate attacking Blade Fire is the difference between public server hosting like you're doing and private server hosting like I used to do.
Maybe. You can also just call him Aaron, because we've mentioned his names like several times. So.
Blade Fire element, Aaron, whatever.
Do you want the chitin?
No, you can toss it. I've got Achatina at this point. I don't really need it quite as bad. So I've got plenty of cementing paste.
You said chitin, not cementing paste.
Yeah, but chitin plus stone equals cementing paste, and that's really all you use chitin for is cementing paste.
Okay.
Well, did not go like I wanted it to.
Oh, I have level up, not the monster.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this should probably get you some good levels too coming out here. All right, let's see if we can find some ichthyosaurs, because those still give raw meat. They don't give raw fish meat, and that's by far better for healing. So, but if I remember correctly, when Elaine and I were out exploring over in this area the night we tamed the 2 male basilosaurs, there was, in addition to being just a whole...
It's that thing.
Oh, it's a 180. It's what thing? Oh, the lead Scythus?
Mm-hmm.
With prejudice for killing our boats.
Yep. They do enjoy that. Anyway, so if, as I recall, over this way... Man, there's a lot of basilosaurs out today. That one sucks, though. As I recall, there was a 282 so over in this area. I don't expect it to still be there, but we'll see. What are you? What?
27.
Okay, come on. Let's not lag. There we go. Thank you. Because there's a mosasaur right here. Oh, but it's only 180. Where'd you go?
Me? I'm just on the bottom.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Cliff edge.
Okay, because yeah, I'm getting attacked by eels and such. I didn't see you.
There you are.
Yeah, that's actually a very apt description, Hobbles, of how a lot of things go when you're under the water. Moses coming up behind us. It's only 180 though. We can take it. It is not worth taming, and I'd much rather get rid of it.
So mad. The print turned out perfect, except for I think I ripped part of the Mandalorian's gun off
Oh,
through the supports.
yikes. That's never fun.
I hate doing supports, just because you have to do the, or just because doing
Nice.
the supports are just crazy enough to.
That's why I would love to get myself an Ultimaker 3, but the fact is they're just so expensive.
Yeah.
Because they have dual extruders on them, and they make a support material that you can use for your builds that is water soluble. So you print it off, and then you just drop it in water, and all your supports dissolve, and you're done.
Yeah, well, I am doing a resin printing, and it is. You kind of have to. You kind of have to do the. You have to have a lot of supports because it prints from the bottom up, like it pulls from. You pour in some resin into the bottom of the vat, and how it prints is it presses it puts the build plate onto the resin, and then slowly goes up per layer
Ooh.
and has a UV light curing it at each step. And so you have to have a bunch of supports for it.
Heal up, by the way, Toxin. I have a
And
feeling we're going to need it.
you are going to need, and you have to, the best way to get the supports off is when it freshly comes out of the print. That way it can, that way the resin is not fully cured right now. Because once the resin cures, it's much, much harder.
I will take your word for it. Frick, that got a little nuts there, didn't it?
You have a friend.
We do
Oh,
have
never
a
mind.
friend.
He's leaving.
No, Megs don't leave that easily. He's gonna come back. Or I could be mistaken? That's odd. Megs normally, like, are super aggressive. They're like the Reavers of the sea. Yeah, I knew they were coming back.
Okay.
I knew he was coming back. Welcome to the stream, new people who just joined us. Always happy to have people join in on a Saturday morning. So, we're just exploring the ocean deeps because we've actually not done a lot of ocean exploring on this map, and that is like one of my favorite things to do on Ark, is just because it's so big and vast and unexplored. Alright, let's see if we can go track down that Tuso that Elaine and I saw. I mean, granted, I'm not expecting it to be anywhere even remotely close to here anymore. But if we could find it, that would be really awesome.
Got about one more row of meat to force feed.
Yeah, go ahead. Take your time. I'm just swimming around, seeing if I can find it. What's kind of surprising to me, though, is that we're still at the point where, like, the Basilosaur is not taking damage for being too deep at this point.
They have a depth damage?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I did not. I don't own fishies.
Yeah, if you go to... the thing is, I've barely done any underwater exploration, Rizla. I'm honestly not sure. Like, you're seeing a lot of this stuff for the first time as I am. I've done very, very little.
Okay, I'm done, but I don't see you.
What was that, hon?
Said it's just so full of jellyfishes, you have to have a basilosaur.
Yeah, you can't really do a whole lot of deep stuff. Oh, a Leopleurodon!
Is it magical?
Oh boy.
It's sparkling, but I don't have honey on me. Okay, I'm headed back to where I last saw you, so...
Well, I will send you guys pictures.
I see
in our
like
Discord
a line
chat,
of
I'll
stuff
send you guys
that you've
pictures
dropped. Yeah.
of the prints. Because I got Yoda and I've got the Mandalorian done.
Do you see the sparkling Leopleurodon?
Alright, I get it, character. You're dying.
I just see lots of electricity.
No, the Leopleurodon left! I've never actually tamed one of those.
You should.
They're hard to tame because they're passive, as I recall, and you only get them for like a half hour.
Well, that's silly.
Why do you get them only for a half hour?
Because they despawn after that point. So.
When you tame them?
Yeah. Yeah, so Hobbles actually, in the game, they have, sort of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Dossier.
Dossier, thank you. They have dossiers on different dinosaurs that one of the characters in the lore has written. And, let me see if I can find it. Explorer notes, Oh, do I not have the... Huh, I thought I had the Leopleurodon dossier. Anyway, they say something in there about how some people deem them to be magical, and those who disagree are shunned. So, it's an obvious Easter egg for anyone who knows Charlie the Unicorn, but still, it's a funny little thing. Oh, that might be why we're aggroing everything around here.
What happened? What are you
So
doing?
I attacked one of those ammonites, and I've got that rage debuff, and that's why, like, oh look, another Leopleurodon. We killed a Leopleurodon. No.
It's gonna be like the albatross. You're gonna suffer for it now.
Probably.
Hey, I get it. Don't wear chitin armor. Jeez, stupid map.
Be right back.
Okay. But yeah, see why I wanted someone else to come out with me?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty dangerous out here. It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this.
Yes, take a buddy.
I'll say this much, though. We are getting a lot of biotoxin, and I'm at the point now where I can do shocking trank darts. So this is pretty awesome that I'll be able to make a ton of trank darts off of these. So if you guys need any, let me know. Wow. Look at all that!
Jellyfish touch?
Look at all that! Holy crap! Oh. There's nothing for it.
Another 2 points into melee. And into the fray we go.
I probably should have put points into stuff.
Nom 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 nom.
Basically, we're gonna be overweighted by the time we're out of here.
Yeah, plus on my screen is just scrolling with everything I'm picking
I
up.
know, right? Between the stuff I'm picking up and all the stuff that we're killing, it's just like I can barely see anything other than text. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. I might have to bail.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, no, I should be good to help finish off this bit. But I'm gonna need to take some time to heal after this. Because I am very low. My guy is flashing red at this point.
Oh. Yeah, I'm still barely... Not even at half yet.
Yeah, okay, I gotta eat. I mean, I have 20,000 health. But I've got like 53,000 total, so... Man, these bred up basilosaurs are nice. Like I have not touched dino stats at all. And this is what they've come out to. Man, that's nice. Gosh, I wish I'd brought more raw meat with me. Well, this raw fish meat, like, it heals, but it heals at, like, 50% effectiveness of, like, the raw meat. And so, it just takes so much longer. I mean, can you imagine if we tried to do this without the meat stacking mod that we've got?
We'd already be headed back.
Yeah, we would. Well, because, I mean, you know, that caps meat stacks off at, like, 20. And then puts that, you know, 0.3 second cooldown on being able to consume it. So it's like... Like, I get the balancing aspect of it, but when you're on small servers like this, it makes... It really kind of, you know, kind of hamstrings what you can do. Because, like, if you remember on Extinction, the only way we were ever actually able to, like, you know, do anything in the corrupted area, you know, go kill, like, the really high-level stuff, the, you know, like, the 400 level stuff and whatnot, on the dinosaurs we had was with that mod, because we could go in on a gig, kill everything there, and be able to heal it up, and then just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only way we could, you know, actually accomplish what we wanted to do. I hear combat music. What's after
It's
us?
just an anglerfish.
Okay.
Come here.
Those anglers are such confusing fish. Because it's like, they come in, they take one bite, and then they leave. They swim away. Like, I don't
tameable?
get it. What was that?
Are they tameable?
They are. They're not super good, though, because you can't put a saddle on them, and, like, while they illuminate the water around you, I don't really feel like the trade-off is all that worth it, personally. Why am I low on stamina? Are you
Did
low
you
on
get inked?
No, like I'm talking about like my actual character, not my basilosaur.
Yeah, I'm low too, actually, for some reason.
That's odd.
Maybe the depths crush you, and
It could be. I mean, that would make sense. I know, this is so interesting. Sitting here watching me just force feed fish meat into my dinosaur's mouth. This is riveting stream content, I know.
Gonna make everybody hungry.
Maybe.
I mean, I would. You don't have more scuba stuff at your base, do you?
I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
If you come
Well-
join us, do not... Well... I'd be
If I
hesitant
come
to
join
say-
you, I'm probably just gonna fall off my mountain, and just dive.
Actually, babe, could I ask a favor?
What do you need?
Could you go swing by my base and see what the how much time is left for mating until the birth for the next basilosaur and the megalodon?
Of course.
And if you want to stick around, feel free to imprint them yourself, because that way you'll have water tames, and that way you can come out with me and be riding something that's imprinted.
I did go out to your base a little bit earlier and breed my mutated Pteranodon with Paula and take the egg away.
Egg snatcher.
Angela.
Yeah, I know, Ek. It's so... I need a disclaimer. It's so shocking and riveting and such, engaging content to watch me shove fish meat in my dinosaur's mouth. But I mean, otherwise
Hey,
I'd be near dead, so...
You're just practicing the mini game that was on Wreck-It Ralph, where giving the pancake.
I've actually never seen Wreck-It Ralph, so I'm not sure what you're referring to.
There's
Remember
a
the bunny
there's a-
getting stuffed with food?
Oh,
Yeah.
that-
And then it goes kaboom. Traumatizes this little girl. It's great.
They just keep shoving in pancakes. I remember that. Okay. I've gone through all the meat that I have, so...
Same. I'm just skirting extra.
Yeah, let's
Wait.
put points into melee. Oh yeah, I've got all this primitive crap. Let's get rid of this. Not the prime. I want the prime meat, but we don't need all this primitive garbage. That's like 50...
Is it sad that I'm taking like the Mastercraft and the slightly better versions to replace my crap ones?
No! By all means.
Okay, I think I need to close my door. I can hear some machines outside.
Okay, I'll come back and wait by you. I just never got around to seeing it. I don't know. I've never seen it.
They're cute movies. There's two of them.
Well, I know there's two. I've just never seen either one.
Ooh, an Ascendant Inky saddle.
And like I remember, okay, fine. Han, do you have Wreck-It Ralph?
We have Disney Plus.
Oh, that's true. We do. Okay.
Chat's destroying you.
Well, one person in chat is bringing this up, yes, but...
Oh, 290 male quats.
Seriously?
Yes. And I had a 270 around my base.
I mean, if you want to go for it, go for it.
I
breeding
don't have
Quetz
the
at this
stuff for it right now.
We're already breeding Quetz at this point, though, so, like, it's not... Yeah.
But it's still a 290.
Wow, there's a lot of Eutrepid down here.
20 odd minutes, or about 20 minutes, 21 minutes for each of the water babies,
Okay.
which would be about
Honestly,
10:54.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it back in time, because we're pretty far out here, and I don't want to just hoof it all the way back for that.
You're
Okay.
So I might need you to claim them.
I'll leave Otter as a babysitter.
You'll leave who?
The Otter.
Oh, Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar and Sonia.
Oh yeah, then I need to check on what levels my otters are, or the otters are in my lake.
Apologies about that. My landlords are installing a new wall-mounted desk table, and
Okay.
they're drilling the cable holes right now, and it's really loud.
All
Oh,
good.
they're doing a floating table.
Whatever it is when you mount it to the wall.
Usually floating table because you usually make it where it's strong enough to not need supports too much.
So, interesting thing. Those Eutrepid, the scorpion things, they give raw meat.
Oh.
Not fish meat.
Well, then we should go find some more to eat.
Well, yeah, I consumed quite a bit of them just now.
Wipe them out.
Well, they also give black pearls, and so, yeah, that's the plan. Because, I mean, I'm not that far from being able to be at the point where we can craft element, and so, yeah. You remember Viking Bay?
Yes.
Oh.
What of it?
I'm reminiscing about previous maps that we've done, you know, and like, just how overpowered the loot we get out of Viking Bay was.
I'm just following the wall along to the left here in case.
Yeah, no, I see you. Yeah, I don't think that Spino, or not Spino, I don't think that Tuso is still around in the area. Which sucks, 'cause, oh, whoops, my scuba tank's gone. Good thing I brought a spare. Which means yours is probably not far out either.
I've got about an 8 left, so yeah.
Okay, did you bring a spare?
I did not.
Okay, then I'd say let's head back. So it looks like I will be back in time, huh?
Okay.
At least, hopefully, anyway.
Unless you get lost.
Yeah, which is always possible, but I think I know...
You said that so ominously and like it was going to happen.
It very well could. It still very well could. All we have to do, though, is follow the endless trail of eels, and I'm pretty sure once we get to their source, we will find my base.
The Yellow Brick Road?
I mean, that's one way to look at it. They do shoot... Why did you attack that? Now we have to kill it.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
darn.
An Elite Scythus. I've never actually killed one of these before. Oh, that was easy.
Aren't they, like, always level 1?
Yeah.
This one was level 11.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Oh, look! Eels! Again! My favorite.
You notice how their lightning kind of shoots away, like force lightning from their bodies?
Yeah.
When they attack?
No, it's like, the thing that always comes to mind is, like, if you ever watched the original Yu-Gi-Oh! With, you know, Mai and her Harpies and their Triforce attack. You know, where they'd, like, triangle it up and then would, like, shoot their bolt together.
Oh, Nate, I found something you need.
What?
336 Tech Rex.
Oh!
Black and blue.
I'm on my way home. Where is it?
Actually not far from your base.
Really? Oh, wow, and I'm actually not far from my base. Did you need to breathe?
No, I was just coming up to the surface so I could enjoy the beautiful sights.
Fair enough. Yeah, I will be out there for that Tech Rex in very short form. I want that. Although I might wait to start trying to tame it till after the dinos are born.
Be a shame if someone got there before you.
Be a shame if somebody got admin kicked.
Oh, no.
No, you see, I'm not like him. I'm not going to admin kick someone just because I want to do it because they're upsetting me at that particular moment.
I don't think I've done that.
You have too. Because I remember I made a very slight joke about tentacle porn on our voice chat, and you got all upset about it.
I mean, to each their own preferences.
I mean, I'm not going to king shame, but you did get upset about it, and you messaged me and just like not funny.
Could have been also a bad day, but it's not something I condone.
I know, and I forget what the even context was.
It was
just
probably something about schoolgirls or nuns. That's typically usually what follows that joke.
probably. I don't know.
Oh, something just broke.
Probably the
was-
scuba.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, normally we're very family friendly. It was just one of those days where it was just, we were being a little coy. So, oh boy, I hear combat music. What am I being attacked by? Mantas! I love mantas. Mantas are my favoriteest thing in the ocean. I absolutely love them. They have a 100% reason to be in this game.
I thought eels were your favorite.
I don't blame them for Steve Irwin at all. Wow, I am very overloaded right now. Do not need all that. Oh boy, and eels. Speaking of, useless creatures. Sadness?
Huh.
What's sadness?
Steve Irwin, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know, I just saw
Speaking of
sadness in the
sadness,
chat.
did you hear the actor who played Ball in Stargate just passed away?
I did not know about that. You're the bigger Stargate guy, though.
Yeah, he passed away in a kiteboarding accident, actually. Age 56, I think? So, fairly early, but, I mean,
Okay,
unfortunate.
Stuff happens. So, all right.
I'm taking one of your basilosaurs and killing these eels
Are
around
they at
your
my
base.
Oh, thank you. Are they coming into my base again?
Yes.
Yeah, you see, I built this wall, I trumped it up, and, but they're still coming in, and because I still need to finish it. But this is what I deal with on a regular basis, is these eels just are like, tasty treats that can kill me. Let's go just, run right in there.
What's up? I think it's eels.
It used to be that I didn't mind eels, or I didn't mind them as much. Since
Brought
playing on
them
this
with
map,
you.
Since playing this map, I've absolutely detested them. I despise them. Because they make my life so difficult. Okay. Alright, Rosemary, are you... You got 12 minutes. And Lover Girl has 12 minutes. Okay, perfect. Alright, so I will go get this Tech Rex in about 12 minutes then.
Or we could come out here and then I can go back for the babies.
I mean, since I'm back, well, I mean, if you want to grab the Basilosaur baby, I have no problem with that. I'd like to grab the, Megalodon, though, since, it's the first. Yeah, I don't mind you grabbing the Basilosaur one.
Well, it's not a huge deal. I didn't know if you were chomping at the bit to come out and get this Rex.
Well, like I said, I can wait a few minutes, although it probably wouldn't hurt to go see where this Rex is, so...
Well, I am at 45.631.7.
Okay, give me a sec, because apparently I don't know what I did with all my armor. I have no idea what happened to all my, Oh, there it is. Yeah, I mean, I loved Steve Irwin, too, growing up. That's why I was being a little facetious about I don't blame these mantas for Steve Irwin. I totally blame them for Steve Irwin. I mean, could he have probably... not, I think he probably could have handled that situation maybe a little better.
I think it was just one of those freak accidents. Like, nobody did anything wrong. It just, something bad happened.
Yeah, probably was. I mean, I don't know all the details of it, and it was, very, very sad about his passing and all. Because, he did a ton for, like, animal conservation and such. But, okay, anyway, where is this Tech Rex, babe?
45.6, 31.7.
Okay, come on. Come on.
We've got about 30 more minutes and then I gotta
Oh.
leave
Okay.
for my
you
brothers.
How are you overburdened?
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
So I've yet to find another griffin.
That would be why you're overburdened, because I had black pearls on me. It's going to be hard to find another griffin until we get a tech transmitter.
You said 4531?
We don't need tech crap.
Yes.
We can do this without technology.
I like my technology, even if it destroys social.
Society.
Yes, society. Well, it better be good technology, though.
Okay.
I agree with you. Technology is good.
All right. So.
In some way.
I see you, and I see the Rex.
Okay. So around what was it again? 39, 40,
45,
45-31.
45, 31. Okay.
I fit.
Isn't he beautiful?
Hey, Nate, do you want a 290 Therizanosaur?
What gender?
Redbird? Male, I think.
Maybe.
Female, actually.
Possibly. That does sound somewhat appealing, because I would like to be able to breed more of those, but right now, Tech Rex has my attention.
Do you want me to kite it towards your base? Like, pick it up
it's even
and
roaring at me.
get it near your base?
How adorable.
Well, do you still
I
have
mean,
that
right
metal
now it's
crossbow?
safe.
You know, show it to me in a little bit.
Piranha,
Ooh.
how dare you think you can attack me?
Okay, so 45, 31.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I am headed
I've
there.
cleared
right
a landing space for you.
now. If I can do this quickly enough, then I should be able to get back by the time the babies are born.
We've got about 8 minutes till they're born.
Okay.
So I might have made my base a little too large.
No such thing.
Well, I mean, when it gets to the point where it's slowing down the entire server trying to render in,
No.
Who's
it's
done that
not-
before?
I mean, certainly
It's
not me.
that.
I've never
I
done
just-
that.
I went beyond
I've
the
never
range
created a
of
base
my
so
stuff.
so big it needed its own weather system. And not needed, it just generated its own weather system. Okay. Oh,
Welcome.
I like. Okay. All right. Well, I'm here. So,
Was he finally going to figure out how to get up this hill?
That would be funny.
I've been sitting here this whole time just watching him roar at me.
then he's probably not going to figure it out.
I'm eating an orange now.
You're just sitting there high and mighty like, "Yep. Can't touch me."
Well, I know I'm also only one spacebar click away from freedom.
Okay, who else is shooting him?
Me. Okay. Tranks as well.
Okay. Do you want a better rifle?
That's a crossbow. It's
Oh.
just a regular crossbow. It's not my ascended crossbow.
Okay.
Because I don't want to accidentally kill it.
I don't think
You
we're
pooped.
Yeah, my favorite patch note from this game is Tyrannosaur roars no longer poop lock players.
You know, that's something. If it wasn't for the PvP element, I wish they would have left in the game.
Nah, I'm kind of glad they got rid of it. Like I understand why it. I understand why they had to do it and why it was in initially. I kind of really am glad that you can't get jumped by a group of Rexes and just be stuck, poop spamming.
There's worse ways to go.
You'd use human poop for food fertilizer? I mean, I guess if you feed it to the dung beetles, yeah, that works. Okay, slow down. I'll take care of it from here.
Okay.
That would be funny, though, to kidnap a bunch of, beach noobs and then, put them in a cage and that's their purpose. You have your Rex roar at them and that's what you do for fertilizer.
You see, you say that, and yet, at the same time, I've been kind of on the receiving end of that, to a degree. Because, I remember, I tried playing on an official server one time with Jonathan, and we spawned in on the beach at one point, and someone had built up, just this massive, wall to contain anyone who spawned in that area. Sweet! And basically anyone that showed up there, you'd starve to death. So it wasn't quite the same, but it was still kind of the same principle of they just locked in a whole bunch of noobs, new spawns, new players, and basically like, sucks to be you.
I mean, it would not be fun to be on the receiving end, but it's just kind of a funny
It's
image.
a funny image, yeah, I agree. But it's not a fun thing to experience.
I have a little bit of raw prime on my wyvern if you need it.
I grabbed 17 raw prime off of something. It might have been your wyvern.
Yeah, my wyvern is now primeless, so. Damien, oh, that's you attacking something.
Yeah. Just got another 14. So, I mean, how long until the babies are born?
About 4 minutes.
Okay, I gotta get back. So I will come back with more raw prime. But
How long is this guy gonna take?
I don't know. I can't find my phone.
We're at 26 prime, so we should be good for a bit.
Okay. You gonna come back and claim the Basilosaur, hon?
Oh, sure.
The Toxin, if you want to come back in the event that it has twins, you're more than welcome to.
Shouldn't someone stay out here and watch this?
No, it'll be fine. It'll be in stasis.
The Rex?
Because no one's there, and...
Oh, it unloads, right?
Yeah, because the way that Ark works, because no one's there, it's not going to be generating dinosaurs for that area, and so it'll be safe.
Okay. Flap, flap, flap.
Because, that's how stasis works in this game.
It's very handy.
When you know how to play it, yeah, it's extremely handy. Alright, that's where the Edbird's at?
Yes.
Okay.
I was sick of waiting, so.
I appreciate you posting that, because now I can be able to get out there and grab it with the quets. Oh boy. Okay, I've got... work.
Don't just ignore it for now. It's unimportant.
I know, but it's just like, it's even on a Saturday. I don't ever get a reprieve. I overshot my base.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. It is, I mean, your company's growing, and last time...
It is. No, I mean, with the last, with the Fit Summit we did, we only got, about 800 people participating, and with this one we've had close to 5,000. And so it's been a huge...
Do you want to get that trank rifle ready?
For what?
Well, I can't... Can you tell what level this is that I grabbed?
I don't know. I'm at the base already.
I know. I'm at your base.
Oh,
I'm moving the pregnant one away from the other.
probably a good idea. Could you grab Lover Girl too? Just grab the saddle off Lover Boy. I don't have, Yeah. What did you grab?
Raptor.
Oh.
They're
Yeah,
not
sure.
worth it.
Well, did you see the level?
No, I didn't. That's why I asked if you could check it.
Well, then why did you even grab it?
Because he pulled an 8. An ooh, shiny moment.
I mean, is it at least a Tech Raptor?
Nope. Just a Raptor.
It's 110. Kill it.
Murder it. Or play with it a little bit and then murder it.
Hey, new people that just joined, welcome to the server. Glad to have you here. Hope you're having a fun Saturday. We're just chilling, derping around on Ark. My wife and me and a couple of friends. So, all right, where'd you move Lover Girl to?
Right next to you.
Oh,
By the way, guys, if you check Discord, you can see the prints.
Cool.
Oh.
yeah. Well, that's Ark, G-Hawks. It's it can get dark very quickly.
Nice.
They're not finished or like I'm not doing any of the priming stuff. I'm just making them right now.
Oh, what was that site? There was a site you could use to build minifigures for D&D. I'm trying to remember what that was. 'cause
Mel's
I did
Miniatures?
one-
No,
I mean,
well,
we're
Mel's
using
Miniatures is for
Thingiverse.
free.
No, this was like you could actually customize it and everything.
Oh, interesting. All right, you might want to get in the water, Toxin.
Oh,
The baby Basil's already born.
Oh, was there only one? Okay, never mind then.
Okay, I'll go see if I can dig that up.
Doxon, you might be interested, but I'm planning on making a Super Star Destroyer
Nice.
on a miniature scale, not Armada scale.
I was going to
Please.
say, I've got 2. So. But they're both Armada scale, so. Okay, Baby Meg came out to 434.
That's not bad.
No, not at all. I will take.
So cute.
I've actually never
Hero
had a
Forge.
Baby Megalodon before.
That's what it is.
Oh, it is cute.
What
Look
is
at
this
that.
strange-looking cave that my wyvern does not fit in?
Look at that. It is cute.
Picture of it.
I'm taking a picture of it.
Baby Basil have like really big heads.
They do. Okay. So,
It's just got
You
a
stay
bunch
there.
of metal in it.
we'll have everyone on passive just to be safe. And now, we will head back to that Tech Rex. No, I'm not killing the baby shark. Oh gosh, what did I just do? What
You
did I
killed the
just
baby
do?
shark.
No. That was not where I meant for that to go.
Do you want me to sing a song?
No, I don't want you to sing a song. I know exactly what song you have in mind, and I don't want you to sing it.
Are you
You wanna
sure?
go, man?
No, it's going to be named Lover Child. Because, you know, lover boy, lover girl, lover child. So. Yeah, no, I'm 100% sure I don't want you to sing that song, hon. I am 100% sure.
I've referenced songs in the last 3 things I've said, so specify which song.
You know exactly which song. I don't need to specify.
She needs clarification.
No, she doesn't. She knows exactly which song, and I think everyone knows exactly which song.
Like it's on everybody's nerve.
Man.
What was that?
Said, so you want to build a snowman?
I mean, if that's the one you really want to sing, then you can. Where did Damien go?
For a moment, I
Went
thought
swimming with the fishes.
I'm on my.
How the heck did he end up all the way over here? I don't remember landing him there.
Well,
I probably
you
did.
see, there's a little glitch in Ark that says, "Hey, when I land a wyvern, I want it to run away from me."
Or any flyer, for that matter.
That Pteranodon video earlier.
I did see that Pteranodon video earlier. You never know what your tame is going through. Sometimes it just wants to land and walk into lava. I felt that in my soul when I saw that. I'm like, oh, I feel for you. Oh, that's painful to watch.
I'd have to find the
I
video
mean,
shared on.
it was also painful to watch as my game crashed while I was in the middle of a wyvern nest on Ragnarok with my favorite lightning wyvern.
I vaguely remember that.
They're all wyverns. They should be friends. That's how that works.
Yeah, that's exactly not how that works. And you know this quite well. From painful experience, we all do.
Still happily sleep eating.
Cool.
Although the
What's it
one
up
thing,
to?
as much as we all love this map, I gotta say, if we go back to Ragnarok, taming wyverns is not going to feel the same because we just got used to taming them so docile.
There is, we do have that
It
lack
kind
of
of
that.
took the
danger.
fun out of it.
Eh,
But then again, I should probably go for the airs.
that could be that does add a lot more of an element of danger. I have said though that, like, you know, if in the unlikely event we get to the point where we're actually making money on this, which I'm not ever expecting, although I do appreciate everyone tuning in and supporting us, and we get to the point where we can, like, you know, have like a Patreon and whatnot, I do plan to, for our highest Patreon members, have a server that they can use, that we could all get onto. But that is so off in the future. But if we did, that would be Ragnarok. So, because I just have so many fond memories of that map.
By the way, Toxin, you will not be stealing my cave on Ragnarok.
No, I'll just plant more. What was it?
Again with that crap?
IEDs?
No, I will.
Like the night where you...
I will break Ark to have it rebel against you.
For those who are wondering, Aaron built a base in one of the caves on that map. And while he was offline, I went ahead and just took a ton of IEDs and just spammed them all over the front of his entrance. And
Oh, don't forget what else you did. You put up a behemoth metal gate in front of it, too.
oh yes, that too. I did forget about that. But yes, there was. When I say a lot, I mean like probably a good 60 of them.
Oh, no, it was
No,
more than that.
you put 300.
Aaron and
Okay.
I spent the next the next like hour after he found out about this going through and systematically one by one removing them.
You nearly killed my wyvern.
I thought he did kill your wyvern.
I did.
No,
I
you did kill my wyvern.
I was saying, I'm pretty sure I did get something with it.
Yeah, and hence why we had
We
to roll
forced
the
you
server
to
back.
do a rollback.
And the whole thing, the whole reason you did that was because you thought I claimed it, and you were like, you always get the coolest stuff.
I did. Yep. Speaking of rollbacks, are you able to do that for this map?
I can. I'd rather not if I can avoid it. But why?
I was just curious if that existed for how
Yeah.
they run this.
So I've got a backup set to at least be like every 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when the server restarts, just so we can keep it updated. And I have that happening like twice a day. So at 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. But
It's at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard. Oh yeah, that makes sense for your time. Yeah. And I'm gonna be moving back to Pacific Standard Time once
Yep,
daylight
'cause-
savings time hits.
because that's what Arizona does.
No, Arizona does not believe in daylight savings time. We just have to go along with the stupid rules.
Don't forget, your clock's back this morning. Or like tonight, tomorrow morning.
2
Why?
a.m.
Why? My phone's just gonna reset anyway.
We have non-internet connected clocks like on our microwave and stuff.
Yeah, but we can just adjust for the next 6 months, and then 6 months later they'll be all right.
That was hard too.
The 3 o'clock once Friday day kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Alpha Carno. Die.
Okay. Come on, Rexy. Gosh, I wish for one weekend, for just one weekend, work would stop.
Can you just mute your work channel? That would take care of it.
I don't want to work my mute my work channel though, because that's one that's actually kind of important. So I kind of have to keep that one up. How are you? How did you suddenly just get that overburdened?
It's not me.
Like all this, like I flew out here on him.
Yeah,
All right,
I know.
later, Hobbles. Yeah, I flew out here on him just fine, and then all of a sudden
It's
it's
just-
like,
You've got 49 stone walls on him, which are almost 200 pounds. That's probably it.
well, yeah, but he already had those when I flew out here. The only thing I've added to him has been 10 stone. It wasn't that much weight.
It's going down now.
You never know.
'Cause I'm
Have you ever heard of the straw that broke the camel's back?
Yes, but it's a wyvern this time.
Why did it, okay, I just went down 300 weight.
Magical, ultra heavy.
What did you take off?
I didn't take off anything.
I saw you interact with him.
Oh, I was seeing what was on it.
That is odd.
You're odd.
Well, I fully acknowledge that, but that is odd, to say the least bit. All right, come on, Rexy. I got a wall to finish today, so look at that. The 167 levels he's going to get out of this. He's going to come out to just under 500 if I'm doing my math right. No, over 500. 503? Yeah, 503. If I'm doing my math right.
If it's good.
What's his level right now, and what's the
336, and he's going to gain 167.
336 and 157. Okay,
67.
that's gonna be
167.
167. Okay, so that is going to be about so 13. So 3 would be about
503, I think.
it'd be 9, 12 to about 4. He's gonna go around about around 426
What?
or 423. Oh no,
167.
523.
Well, because, 100, that's going to take it to 436. Plus 60, that's going to take it to 496. Plus 7, that's going to take it to 503.
Give or take.
Who posted you did? Out the window.
Yeah, Elaine found that last, what was that, last night or this morning?
What did I do?
The meme I put up on our
Mace
Discord.
window, active window, machete window. Out the window.
I think Star Wars, the prequels, would have been greatly enhanced with Machete Windu.
What, having Danny Trejo as Mace Windu?
Yes.
Apparently he's a like super wholesome, down to earth, like incredibly nice guy in real life. Like, bend over backwards for anyone.
Like Keanu Reeves.
And like he knows he looks like a
But he's the Mexican version of Keanu Reeves.
But he always makes sure that if he plays like a gangster or something, that he loses. He never wants to ever encourage children to that life is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's so few movies where the bad guy wins anyways that I mean I'm trying to think of movies where that
Usual Suspects. Or no, not Usual Suspects?
the only one that comes to mind is Swordfish. That's the only one for me.
I mean, I'm trying to think. I want to say Usual Suspects, but I honestly can't remember if that's the name of the movie or not.
Well,
it's the one where like they're interrogating that one guy who was part of like some crew about like this big crime boss, and at the end it turns out he was a big crime boss and they just thought he was some small fish.
Yeah, that's the Kaiser Sose movie, isn't it?
Maybe.
Ah,
The character Kaiser Sose is the one they're looking for.
Yeah, Kaiser Sose, that's it. So yeah, I think it's Usual Suspects.
are you a king griffin? No, you're just a ruddy female griffin.
I named him Big
It's
Blue.
level 30.
Yep, Big Blue.
Big Blue.
All right, now we just got to get him back to base, which, of course... Okay, who's got an empty cryopod? Because mine's filled with tankity.
I mean, I have one on me, but I'm not near you.
Well, what'd you say, hon?
Harry Tankety in Damien's Claws.
You sure about that?
Pretty sure.
I mean, if nothing else, I can come back for tankity.
Don't Tankety.
We already lost one tankity, so I don't want to lose this one. Because, tankity just decided to randomly swim off on us one day.
That's why you cryopod them?
Well, I had tankity cryopoded in case we found a squid. But we did not find a squid, and I forgot to toss tankity out.
I don't think we can.
I don't think we can either. Alright, I'll come back with the ARG.
Poor Tankety, all alone in the swamp.
Oh, he'll be alright for a couple of minutes. We're not. It's not like we're abandoning a hobbit child in Barrow Downs.
The child wandered off all on her own.
I don't know. Merry and Pippin were to blame.
I know I've got a character on there, I just don't know what server it's on. It's very likely not on the same one you guys are on.
I mean, I thought we kind of
that
planned it out that
ages.
we'd all do it on the same server. So
No. So this was way before you guys were doing your stream that I've been playing it for a bit.
yeah, and I started in 2017. I at least tried to start playing it. I just couldn't really get into it.
Yeah, I think my character's on whatever main server your wife's on, actually.
Arkenstone?
I'd have no idea. I'd have to boot it up and log in. Brush off the
I haven't even
dust
logged
on it.
into LOTRO in a long, long time. Okay, I gotta
I'm
get back to base and then get off.
just
And
see what Amazon's doing with their rendition of the game. I'm
It's
curious to see what they do.
game or their TV show?
No, game. They're making a Lord of the Rings game.
They are?
I'm pretty sure I told you guys about this. I can go dig it up again.
they are?
I know they're
Yeah.
making a second age or a Lord of the Rings TV show that's based in the Second Age, but I didn't know about a game.
Who cares about the second age? There's the first age we
Here it
want to know
is.
about.
Second age
Copy,
is got-
There's a lot of stuff that happens in the
Alright.
Second Age.
paste. There you go. In chat.
Okay, I'll check it out later.
MMO? Are
Mm-hmm.
they doing it RPG style, or is
I
this
don't know. There's not a whole lot of details on it yet.
But it's for 2023. That's way too far away. Just kidding. It's not.
long.
In the blink of an eye.
2023. I mean, frick, if we're lucky, we'll be moved out of here by that point. At least I'm hoping we'll be moved out of here by that point.
Yeah, there's a new gig in the desert.
I don't know. I mean, I joke about 2023 being a long time away, but the continued COVID pandemic stuff makes time infinite.
Yeah, seriously.
So, yeah.
Also, Colorado's not the place to be this weekend because apparently they're getting about 2 feet of snow.
Ooh, let's go to Colorado.
Oh, that's
No.
fun, actually.
No,
Yeah.
I just ordered a new trough planter this morning. I don't want to go somewhere where they're getting 2 feet of snow. Wait, can I not pick up... Seriously, can I not pick up Sanctity with the Arg? Really?
I miss
You know, an
I
empty
miss the
crowd.
random days of just waking up and then there's just a bunch of snow outside.
What was that, hon?
Now have an empty cryopod.
I do have an empty cryopod. I just thought I could grab it with Argtastic.
Does he have a ton of weight on him or something?
I think it's just that Args can't pick them up. They might be too big.
Silly,
Did you
'cause
try
they-
picking them up with the beak?
Yes, because the beak is so much more likely to get it. Seeing as how the beak, literally, I've only ever seen it pick up like a dodo. It can't even pick up a freaking dung beetle.
Can it do a lysosaur?
Maybe. I mean, I've
That's
had
one
it do
thing
Nicotina as well.
I miss the animals being able to pick up certain things. I mean, I understand why they make it harder to go pick up tames, but it was convenient to be able to pick up a lot more.
No, I mean, you
Back
can still
in the day.
pick up a lot. I mean, I remember back, when they nerfed Args and you couldn't grab Ankies or Doeds with them. That really sucked, because that was back in the days before cryopods.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, you got a tame, you either needed a Quetz, or you had to find some way to get that thing back to your base.
Yeah. Dino Trina
Mhm.
all the way back home.
I do not miss those days at all.
Although the other servers were better for tames to follow you,
I
just
mean,
because they wouldn't get lost in the background.
no, the server that I hated with trying to get, tames to follow you was Aberration.
Because they, didn't get eaten by the Fallen, was it? Was that what it was called?
Nameless.
Nameless, right.
It wasn't the Nameless. It was the fact that, like you remember my giant Ravager pack that, would carry all my resources back and forth?
Mhm.
I'd always get one or two of them stuck and forget about it because they were just so big. And so, like, every time I try and do anything, I'd have to go back 3 or 4 times. Like, there were just certain points where I had to stop and go back and check to make sure I had them all. By the way, Aaron or Toxin, one of the two of you had Args that you hatched
That
at
was
my
me.
place. Okay,
was
yeah,
me.
they're ready to go if you want to cryopod them.
I did
Back.
not do any breeding over at your base.
Welcome new person to the stream. Happy to have you joining us here on this Saturday morning. Okay, what do I need to get to? Where did... there's Archimedes. Okay. Alright, well, we should probably get back to what really needs to happen today, which is that wall.
Finish the wall.
Finding compies.
Yes! Taming compies. That's exactly what I need to be focused on today.
I
Yep.
need a compy on me.
That's my goal. I've been wanting to do that for many a different server.
Why?
I highly
Just-
recommend it, and I can see it when it's done.
Why?
Just for purely entertainment's sake.
But why?
Fine, if you want a compy army, I'll get my Dimorphodon army again.
Again,
Or it
why?
was Dimetrodon.
What is wrong with you
Because I
people?
want to.
Also, it was Dimorphodon. You don't need a Dimetrodon army. Because Dimetrodons are only useful for, breeding stuff to keep things cool and whatnot. Or warm, because that's sail.
I'm gonna breed compies and go for mutations.
Oh my gosh. Don't encourage him.
Oh, I'm encouraging. It sounds like fun.
What is wrong with you people?
Well, with the greatly increased breeding, hatching, and maturing rates, it's actually doable.
They grow up in about an hour.
hmm See, on official, it'd be a huge waste of time, but on this, it's totally worth it.
No, it's still a waste of time.
I've already got one max level, and I just need one more.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh. What is wrong with you people?
We're having great fun.
I know. As long as you're having fun.
Oh, this is
that's important.
chaos, and then we can just do one. We can just go find a totally pointless battle that they're gonna lose, and just sick them on that target.
There's a new 110 female gig in the desert.
I
See?
found
Perfect
a nice
target.
light pink
Yeah,
Dylus.
So I don't know if you saw what Seven Stormbringer just said about doing the compy thing, but I completely agree. Lag the heck out of the server.
Yes.
By the way, Stormbringer,
Gee.
thank you for joining. Welcome to the stream. We do Ark streaming on Monday, Wednesday evenings, Saturday mornings, and then we do LOTRO streaming on Friday evenings and Saturday afternoons. So feel free to follow if you want. If it's not your thing, totally understand. But welcome to the server nonetheless. And I totally positioned that dough head wrong. Oh, but it can still move. Perfect. Oh, stop jumping off. Alright. I should probably tame another mammoth at some point.
You actually did tame it.
Well, no, I'm saying another one.
Well,
So that
I know you were looking for one, but I didn't know you tamed one.
Yeah, no, I tamed one a couple streams ago. Because I was just saying, I need to be able to run out with the beaver and be able to bring back just a ton of... Oh, that is a very Valentine's Dilo. But yeah, to be able to just bring back a whole ton of wood. And,
You know, I'm really surprised at that it's still spawning Valentine stuff.
it's not still spawning, it's just left over. And were that thing not level 40, I might have actually wanted it, but it was level 40, so... Oh!
When are you going to do that server wipe?
Eventually.
Okay. Well, I gotta go.
Alright.
I have to be in Surprise by 12,
Surprise.
and I'm already going to be late. So, alright, see ya.
Well, have
Pretty
fun.
kind of surprised.
Later.
See you, bud.
And then there were 3.
This is not the Hunger Games.
So Ryan and Bridger are having a back and forth on how to handle the next games. In terms
Work.
of
Yep. Okay.
what?
Work. Yes.
Yeah, work. in terms of, you know, wow, that glitched out. How many games do we take? Because Bridger's saying we just had too many tournaments this time around.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's been what the Discord's all been about. And I'm just like, will you guys stop? We can deal with this later. Please, just let me enjoy my Saturday morning. The games are over in, like, next week anyways. Hey, Elwin! How you doing, man? Welcome back to the stream.
Ever gonna tame a Fiamaya?
I have no plans on it. Why?
Because I got a blueprint for an Ascendant Saddle.
I mean, hold on to the blueprint if you want, but I have no plans on ever taming one. Nor would I have plans on spending the resources to make an Ascendant Fiamaya saddle.
Let's see. It's 3257 fiber, 4343 hide, and 1085 wood.
Oh, yeah, I apologize for that, Owen. It was kind of late when we wrapped up last night. I just kind of wanted to get to bed. So I will add you on Discord today, I swear. I promise. But yeah, we got off, and I'm just like, I am so wiped out right now.
It's sleeping time.
Yep, basically. I mean, we were in bed within like a half hour of getting off. But yeah, you know, I said it earlier, but I just want to remind everyone that we really genuinely appreciate you guys showing up, and chatting and just enjoying Saturday morning with us here and being part of the stream. It means a lot to us that you'd come out and support us on just being here. So I want you all to know just how appreciated you are and how grateful we are that you're here with us today. So just saying it again. Because, you know, for small channels like this, for small streamers like us, it's, you know, every follower that we get is so special and meaningful. And, yeah, we appreciate all of you greatly. Okay, gosh, I always hate trying to reposition a Doed. But whatever. Alright.
I heard that. That sounds like Compy.
You're serious about this compy?
Oh, yes.
You are a weird kid.
Yes, Pegamastics. Face off against my wyvern.
Oh, did I have you tag an Edbird? By any chance?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I got eggs if you want. You can totally grab one if you want to get one. So I really need to clean up this front so badly.
It's a mosh pit. Just hit J. It'll be clean in an instant.
Ah, yeah, that's
Aha!
exactly what would
level are
happen. Oh, cool. What kind of phone case?
180. Where there's one, there's usually more. What are you?
Yes, that's the problem with compies.
You are 120.
Imagine if a pack of all like level 400 plus compies comes at you and they've got like a plus 10 right next to their name.
I know. They stack. It's great.
What is wrong with you people?
Also, Quetz eggs take forever to incubate.
Is it what, really? It's still not done?
At 20 out of 100.
Wow. Okay, well, hopefully by the end of the stream here.
Only thing that makes
You will
taming them is you need prime meat. The tricky.
Raw prime is not hard to get these days.
Not with
Before you have
wyvern.
a wyvern, it is.
Wow.
And-
Okay, so my item collectors are very full, it seems. Very, very full. Frick. So no need oil. I've got 15,500.
Turn it into gas.
Yeah, no, we my wife grew up in the country. But I grew up suburbs, so yeah, never been on a farm before. At least not in serious. But the funny thing is that actually we actually own at this point 5 acres out in southeast Idaho that we're going to be moving to in a few years, ideally. And so it's not farm, but it's going to be more country life. So, yeah. Did you grow up on a farm, Stormbringer? Wow, that clears up space for him. Frick. I really need to reorganize my base and just remodel it badly. Okay, farmer, what are you doing here? Does the farmer still even work?
Should.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's go check on my.
I mean, everything has fertilizer, and I don't see anything on anything else. But frick, man, I didn't realize I had that many crop plots. That I'd be that far behind.
Need more dung beetles, I guess.
No, I'm probably good. Although, well, actually, I probably do need some more, because if I need to make refertilizer, then that's kind of a big deal.
This is a male company, female company.
My gardeners do harvest. They're all full up, though, is the thing. They're all maxed out, and apparently, I don't know what's going on, but you can't substitute wool for pelt to make one anymore, which sucks, because otherwise I'd have like 5 more. Believe me, if I could have more gardeners, I'd have more gardeners. I'd have just so many gardeners, but I can't.
I think I've got some pelt if you need it.
I might take you
there's
up
2
on
more.
that, but right
What levels
now,
are we?
what I need to do is, Aaron
40.
did mention that there was a
180.
290 Edbird female. Alright, go have fun in Overwatch, man. And so I do want it, but those things are, the tickle chickens are not nice. In fact, they are very, very unnice. And so I have to find,
Disassemble your metal taming pen.
because I needed it for the gig.
Pen is still out there. You could drag the Edbird all the way out to the bottom of the desert.
Take out. Yeah, I mean, I could probably pull a lot more berries into, the feeding trough and whatnot. And I probably should. What the f... Toxin, do you have a Dilo out by my base that you just decided to leave here?
Yep.
Why?
Because I don't have a crab pot to move it.
Just come pick it up when you have a minute.
You don't want a beautiful pink dinosaur on your
I don't
base?
want one that's level 40. Alright, it's probably on one of my ARGs if I had to wager anything. Alright, Pauline. Let's fly. But yeah, I probably should have left that taming pen up, but I didn't, and so it is what it is. Okay, it's not there. Yeah, I need to spend some time and reorganize the front of my base, and really just my base in general. It's too boxy. I don't like my base being this much of just like a cube. thing is, I'm not skilled enough to really make one of those like fancy castle type bases. I wish I was. I really wish I was, but I'm just not. And so, yeah, I need to spend some time just kind of playing around with my base and getting it fixed up.
Ooh, 3 more. What level are you? You are...
She's not. She's better with her base than I am, but she's not that good.
170.
Yeah, I kind of go as I be like, hey, this seems like a good idea, and then I add a whole bunch of stuff, and eventually you've got an amalgamation of structures.
Yeah, we're not quite that creative. I wish we were, but
I have been adding a bunch to my base today.
yeah, that's cool.
Even my wyverns have places to stand.
They probably appreciate that. Okay, I found part of my stuff. I only have 9 fence foundations though, but I can build some more. Oh gosh, that is I have about a little over 3,000 hours into this game, I think. But I mean, I haven't played in like a year and a half. And I've never spent the time to really kind of get good at base building. And so I all my bases have been just very block structurally. It's not been super fancy to look at, and I've always kind of wished that I could do better. But yeah, I've been playing this game for, gosh, 5. Well, I was playing this game before we met, because I remember this is like a game that we talked about when we first met. So 5 years ish. I think I got it like, you know, just a few months after release. But yeah, you're right. It really is all about location. Like that's really what it comes down to in a lot of ways. 45 by 39. Like, I remember on Aberration, I had, like, the best base location, because it was, like, right on the edge of the river that waterfalled over into the blue area, but all that ever spawned there were, like, you know, maybe some raptors and stuff, until I started laying it down, and I had, like, metal across the river, and we had all these fish, and occasionally otters and stuff, and there was a beehive that spawned not too far away from me, so I could always get, like, honey when I needed to. And I mean, it was a perfect location.
And trilobites.
Oh yeah, trilobites for days, frick. No, that was like the best base location I think I have ever gotten before. Ragnarok was not bad, because you know I had some good stuff there, but I do think yeah, no, it really is just all about location, like you said. But I mean, it sounds like you played a bit. What's your favorite map? I do know that, yeah. Hence why I've got those 2 there, but they kept saying not watered initially, and I was having issues with the guy giving fertilizer, and so I was just trying to do a whole bunch of stuff. Plus, I need the pipes for the beer kegs anyway. I do love Ragnarok. I have a very special place in my heart for Ragnarok. It was, oh my gosh, so many fond memories. That map was just so spectacularly well done. And I loved how, you know, they kept adding on to it. Like, new stuff kept getting rolled out and whatnot, and it was so much fun. Like, yeah. I enjoyed the island. We didn't do Scorched. But, we, you know, that's the only one I haven't done in excess. But like, I loved the island, but Ragnarok was something entirely new and special. And oh my gosh, I had so much fun with it. That's kind of the impression I got. Not a lot of people are huge on Scorched. I've kind of always wanted to try it, but at the same time, it's just... It just doesn't appeal to me in the whole... I'm constantly going to have to be fighting, getting overheated, and just all this other stuff, and... Yeah. Plus, you know, when you've got wyverns already that you can get on Ragnarok, then what's the point? You don't need Scorched. All right. She looks all confused.
Yes.
The Edward I'm taking.
And it's always funny the fact that their face doesn't change when you pick them up, but they still just look more confused.
And they just like, oh, and just keep looking around, like trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to try Scorched because I never gave it a whole lot of time. But on the other hand, it's just like, I'm probably good without it. And and like you said, it sounds like the consensus I've gotten has been that it's just not worth going back to. And so, yeah, that's just why we've not gone back to it. Yes. I do like the name Tickle Chicken. However, I've seen other people say it, so I can't claim that I was the first one to think of this, but I did not take it from anyone else, I swear. I just started calling him Edbird Scissorhands. And that's kind of just been our... That's kind of been our running name for them ever since. Hence why, you know, whenever we say like, oh, I found an Edbird, that's what we're referring to. But I do like the name Tickle Chicken. It is funny. Welcome new people to the stream. Hope you're having a good Saturday, and appreciate you jumping in and joining us here. Feel free to chime in. Feel free to follow. Do whatever you want. We're just enjoying some Crystal Isles today. So, I mean, you could call them Terrys, yeah, or Theries, or whatever you want to call them. But Edward just rolls off the tongue so much easier. I do have to say though, this is like one of my favorite games that I've ever played because, like, when I was a kid, I was huge into dinosaurs, and I still very much am in a lot of ways. But to the idea of just being able to like tame dinosaurs and be able to like, you know, do that survival crafting and whatnot, like, yeah, it appealed to me on just such a, you know, just base level of, you know, just, yeah. Hence why I've got, you know, over 3,000 hours into this game. Though, to be fair, I also have like over 1,000 hours, I think, into like 7 Days to Die. And, you know, several hundred hours into across a myriad of other games. Yeah. But I keep coming back to Ark because it's just got a special place to me. Not to mention, this is one of like the few games that my wife and I play together that we can just go for a good long while. So. But yeah, actually, funny story here that I'm just going to share with chat about the night I met my wife, actually. We were at a church function, and she was standing there in like the Superman shirt, and I finally worked up the courage to go talk to her. And when I did, we were, you know, like, we started talking, and you know, I was wearing this hoodie that said gamer on it that was written out all these different types of controllers. And she was like, so I'm guessing based off of your jacket there that you're a gamer. And I'm like, yeah, you know, how could you tell? And anyway, so one thing led to another, and she was just like asking, you know, like, so what games, you know, do you play? And I told her like, oh, well, I've been getting into this game called Ark Survival Evolved a lot lately. And she's like, oh, is that the one with the dinosaurs and you know, survival and all that? And I'm just like, how did you know this? How? Like, you know, like Gandalf with Saruman and the Palantir. And she's like, oh, I keep seeing this on, you know, I keep seeing it pop up on my Steam page. And I'm like, huh, really? And inwardly, I'm like, this is a girl who actually knows what Steam is? Oh my gosh, how are you still single? Like, yeah, and so we had our first date that weekend, and I moved very quickly to lock that down. And about, what was it, 15, 16 months after that, we were married?
Like that.
Yeah. So, yeah. When you find the right one, it moves quick, so. Alright, anywho. Speaking of finding the right one, where did I just put this Edbird? But yeah, that is the story of how I met my wife, and I didn't need to tell my kid that in 7 seasons.
Disappointed everyone apparently at the end. Like, I've never seen the show, but I know how disappointed everyone was.
That's what I've heard too. Oh, you've got wow, 6,000 hours. Okay, now I feel like a noob, frick. But yeah, love it for Steam. I like that. Okay, where did I put this thing? There it is.
Drop off a Edbird in the middle of your territory.
No, just far enough away from a base that it wasn't going to aggro onto it, but close enough that I could still find it easily. And I found it. But yeah, that was just before that was just before Christmas of 2015. So, and we were married in April 17. So yeah, we're oh gosh, 4 years. We're coming up on our 4th anniversary here soon.
Yeah, we are.
Frick, it does not feel like it's been that long. Ah, you missed it. I missed the drop. I missed the drop.
Oh.
You know, it's actually funny, Storm. I remember I read this article about a guy in Germany, and this was a couple years ago, when Wildcard was shutting down a lot of the legacy servers, as they put it. Who he had over 8,000 hours of playtime into the game, and they were interviewing him. Yeah, and this was a few years ago. And they were interviewing him and just saying, like, why so much time? And like he had a valid reason, because like he had some medical issues, and so he was basically bedridden for like 2 years, and Ark basically became his only social outlet to the outside world.
Ooh.
And so like he was playing on a public server, and that basically became it. Like, he became very, very well known even to the Ark devs. And he was just like, I couldn't get out of bed, and so I had to put, this was my only way that I could get any social interaction or any communication, really. But yeah, 8,000 hours into this game. Like, just frick, dude. But Storm, thank you so much for chiming in and contributing to the chat here, and just making the stream even better. Really appreciate it. If you want to if you'd want to follow, like, we'd love it, just so that you could know when we're streaming again. But if it's not what you're into, totally fine. Just know that you are appreciated, and we really like that you took time out of your Saturday to come spend it with us. Ah, works. I have to admit, that's a little surprising. You don't like you think of people that watch Twitch streamers, you don't necessarily think of retirees. That's actually pretty cool.
Sounds like a very fun way to fund retirement to me.
I know, right? That sounds like an awesome way to spend a retirement. I mean, I always pictured us, when we do get to that point, just spending it out on the lodge out in Idaho, and and just in VR all the time. But what's aha, Toxin?
290 female.
Compy?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It will happen.
Of course it will.
Compies will rise.
I will not contribute to this. I will not donate Prime Meat or anything. That you are on your own. I will not enable this insanity. Oh, cool. So Gina and Chili apparently were the ones that mated. So let's see what we get.
A spino.
Well, I would hope a spino. I'd have numerous questions were it not a spino. $404. That's. I'm sorry. That's just terrible. Oh, I've always wanted to get up to Alaska.
Yes. Someone saying they're from Alaska?
You know, they're saying that they're turning 60 this year and want to move to Alaska.
It's a great place.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful up there from what I've seen, and I'd love to, you know, like, I really want to go, like, salmon fishing and stuff up there. Because it looks so pretty and, like, so much fun. But at the same time, it's just so cold. Like, I couldn't do it.
Just put on more layers.
I can barely tolerate our winters. And I'm already dreading, you know, like in a few years when we make it out to Idaho, the winters we're gonna have to deal with there. But yeah, I don't know. I've always wanted to go at least visit Alaska. I know it's just beautiful out there, and yeah. Right on. Mind if I ask what's taking you out to Fairbanks?
Oh, I know that.
Like, is there a specific reason you're headed out there, or you're just curious? Yep, that is true. Most people do. If you want to get away from people, I could see Alaska being a great place to do it. So, the only problem that I think we would really have with Alaska is that I don't know what the internet, I don't know what the IT scene is like out there, or like what the internet structure is like. And since we both work from home, we absolutely need good internet, which is why, you know, it was kind of a miracle that we found the place we did in Idaho, because they've got fiber rolled out to like 2/3 of the county, or to 2/3 of the zip code, and they've got high-speed cable strung out to the lot, and so we at least have something to work with there. But yeah, like, my wife works in software development, and I work for an esports company, and so we both need high quality internet. Toxin, did you want a Bronto? I forget.
No.
Okay.
Go?
Okay. Well, let's start hatching Rexes and see what we get.
I hope you get a purple one.
Yep, what?
Get a purple one.
I don't even have a purple Rex now.
Be a mutation.
We'll see. It is always kind of exciting to see to have an egg hatch, because you don't know what you're gonna get. 438's not bad, and a female. I mean, it could be better, but I will take it.
So catch all of them and then decide if you have to cull any of them.
She's not bad. And I like the coloring, because she's got, like, you know, black on the bottom, white on the top. It looks really cool. welcome new people to the stream. 429. No. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking out part of your Saturday to be here, and really hope that we're entertaining for you. If you want to follow, feel free. We do Ark streaming on Monday and Wednesday evening and Saturday morning, and we do LOTRO streaming Friday evening and Saturday afternoon. So, yeah, if it's your thing, feel free to sub or to follow. If not, totally understand. But thank you for joining us today, and we really appreciate it. You know, I honestly do want to say, like, you know, for everyone that's watching and who has followed and whatnot, like, you've taken us further than I honestly ever anticipated we would get, and like, I honestly thought it would basically be my wife and a couple of friends watching us, and that would ever be it, and we would never see, you know, success beyond that. And you've taken us further than I thought we would ever possibly hit, and so I want you all to know just how much I appreciate it. So thank you all so much for being here. And I know we're still even small, but yeah. Oh, 465.
That's really good. Any mutations?
No mutations.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's the plan. Kids will come when we get to Idaho. So, yeah. So this 434 does not stay. 438, as pretty as she is, does not stay.
You're 465, male or female?
Female. Yeah, but yeah, kids are for the plans for Idaho. We're just holding off right now because we wanted to we wanted to make sure that, you know, we had a good house for them, and that, you know, we'd have the space for them to you know, grow up the way that we wanted them to, and we'd have the money to afford that first. And so, yeah. But they're definitely in the plans for when we get to Idaho in a few years. Oh, 409. Frick, no. I mean, the 465 did not come out with the color that I would have liked, but oh my gosh. That level. I will not complain. So. Alright, let's get you outside. Yeah, there is that too. You know, my best friend had they had their first born last September, and so it was kind of odd for him to be sharing pictures with everyone in, you know, like, customized masks and whatnot, and it just, I don't know. I'm going to be very glad when all this pandemic nonsense is over. Yeah, I'm just gonna be, I'm so gonna be so glad once it's all over. I need more fridges. Or just one mega fridge.
I need more fridges.
I don't really have space for more at the moment. This is why I gotta remodel my base. What'd you say?
Costco. They have mega fridges.
That needs to be implemented here.
I was just thinking when he said Costco, like, you get bulk everything at Costco. Costco, you can buy 6 fridges at once. Whereas at Walmart, you get one.
Yep.
I was just thinking what you could do, because what they do in some of the areas is the refrigerated aisles. You've got the doors on left and right sides, but the inside, all the way down the aisle, is actually hollow too, and has refrigerated items in it as well in some of the setups. So it's just like a really long, big walk-in freezer.
And yeah, and you know, we've seen that. It's just, it's more. It's just more that I need more fridge space here, and that's not an option.
Got to build a fridge building then.
Hun Ilwin said something you might relate to, but better than I will.
He's not having good tanks today.
So it would seem. Okay. All right, Bucky. I'll leave you out here for now. I'll start putting stuff in cryopods once I get a tech replicator. Which, thankfully, we are not all that far from. Oh, thank you for that, Stormbringer.
Where'd the egg go?
What egg?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean the Spino egg you put out?
No. My compy egg.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been to your base. I'm still at mine.
Uh-huh. It's all part of your diabolical plan to stop me.
I genuinely still am at my base. Doing very boring stuff that I'm sure is quite riveting stream content for everyone watching. Although, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I should be making more walls. Really? Alright, well, let's go get what wood we can. Because apparently that's what I need now.
This Quet's egg to be done incubating. I'm kind of actually hitting my arc limit.
How much longer does it have?
It's at 3.
Oh, give it a little.
It's at all streams.
Well, if the hatchery were working like it should, and eggs were popping out like they should, you'd have it done. You would have had it done at the beginning, but apparently it doesn't work like that anymore.
No.
Which is all sorts of frustrating.
Just a little.
All right, where did Elfo go? There's Elfo. All right, come on, Manny. Still can't believe that 465 Rex. I mean, that is a great hatch. That is just a fantastic hatch. I'm stoked about that. Now we just need to get, you know, another really high level Rex, and we'll be in really good shape. Like a really good high level male. And then we can cryopod all the parents and start some incestuous Game of Thrones relationship. Is the cat being cute? Yep, he's being cute, but he probably wants lunch, so. Well, we will, this is probably a good point to wrap up the stream here. There's not much else that's going to happen today. So, I'm just basically taming the Edbird and, kind of doing a few housekeeping things. So, we will be back later this afternoon with our LOTRO stream. If anyone, I can't talk. If anyone wants to join in for that. But, yeah. Until then, I'm Vanlin.
I'm Yummy Elf.
And this is Cal Elf Gaming. We'll check you on the next one.